At the farthest edge of the world where the sky meets, the land walked the last elven princess, Lysandra. Her age surpassed 7,000 years. She had seen it all: birth and decay of civilizations, rise and fall, of kingdoms, the bitterness of betrayal and the nobility of sacrifice. Yet for thousands of years she hadn't spoken to anyone. She wandered alone among the ruins of cities, observing the hurried faces of humans in a restless digital world. And every time she saw an act of injustice or a misstep in life's essence, his voice returned to her mind. He was her brother, the last of their people, her savior in the final war. He had whispered words to her words her heart would carry forever. He said, "Don't confuse comfort with peace. Some things feel good but keep you stuck." She strolled through a brightly lit city, dazzling in color, but the spirits of its people were dim. She stopped to watch a giant screen, showing meaningless consumer ads, and she heard his voice again. He said, "Not everything that shines hides truth. Always look beyond the light." Passing by a modern genetics lab, she saw children altered at the core, stripped of innocence in the name of progress. Her heart grew heavy, and she recalled, he said, "The human who forgets his weakness becomes a beast, unaware of his own ruin." At sunset, she sat on the remains of a hanging garden alone, listening to the wind, her eyes lost in the golden horizon. She could still feel the warmth of his voice. He said, "Don't seek immortality. Seek the one worth sharing eternity with." A group of laughing humans passed her, taking photos of themselves without sensing the world around them. To them, existence was purely digital, devoid of meaning. He said the world is not seen with eyes but felt with intention. In an alley, she witnessed a fight over a rare electronic component. Their blood was cold hearts, full of greed and anger. He said wars don't begin with armies. They begin within a soul that has forgotten how to love. She later saw a human girl weeping silently behind a glass wall, unseen by anyone. Lysandra approached and said nothing. She simply placed her hand on the glass. The girl looked up, startled. In her eyes, Lysandra saw something close to hope. He said, "Pain is not something to kill. It is something to understand, and in understanding, you free those who carry it." At the entrance of a towering skyscraper, she paused before a monument honoring humans who had saved the city a century ago. Not one statue belonged to her kind, despite their ultimate sacrifice. He said, "Don't let absence in memory steal your pride in existence. Memory lives in your heart, not in stone." At the end of the road, beneath a sky cluttered with aircraft lights, she looked out over the horizon. The world no longer knew her, but somehow it still needed a soul like hers to remember what it had forgotten. He said, "When you find no one like you, don't grieve. Your purpose is to be the reminder of what must never be lost."